All right, Kyle here, Lake Vermilion Houseboats on a beautiful day. We're going to do our orientation videos. This is for both the 2021 and 2022 Tritoon pontoon that we rent. Okay. So the first thing we always have our guests do is we always have our motor trimmed up all the way at the dock, and we have our guests take a picture of the prop and lower unit before they leave the dock. So if you're doing a kind of a self check-in, I want to make sure that you take a picture of the prop and lower unit for us. Okay. Your trim for the motor is right here in the handle. So again, that's down, up. I'll go ahead and put her down in the water here. And then once you got the motor down in the water, to start the key switch for the motor is right here. So turn her on, then hit the start. She'll should fire right up. So, but that basically that's how. And then go ahead and again, you can turn it off. Is our radio? So that turns on our radio, which you can connect to Bluetooth. And this middle one here is our lights. So we have basically navigation and anchor lights. Even though lights are offered on this unit, we do not want any of our rentals out past sunset or before sunrise. So, but again, none of our boat rentals are allowed to be out past sunset or before sunrise. So this button right here should be the horn. So that's your noise mechanism for the coast or for the DNR regulations. And then this button right here is for your live well. So there's basically forward turns the live well pumps on, and that's off. So I will go ahead and turn that on for right now. I'll walk through the live wells for you, but other thing I want to kind of mention here real quick is that the orange square throwable has to be on the deck. All right, it cannot be in a compartment. So we always kind of put those right here next to the captain. And then I'll go over our GPS sonar here real quick. So I've already got it booted up. So this is your on-off button down here where my finger is in the lower right-hand corner. So pressing that on will turn the unit on, and you got to press and hold it for like 3 seconds. It gives you a countdown, which I'll show you when we get done here to turn the unit off. So when you're not using the unit, please turn the unit, or basically when you're not using the pontoon, Tritoon, keep it off and keep the cover over the unit. Even on a nice sunny day, we like to keep it on there just because it keeps the sun damage down on the screen. So for this unit right here, again, this is our 2021 model. So this is the unit. We have a Helix 7 that comes with this unit. On the 2022 model, it's a Helix 9. Basically, the only difference is, of course, the Helix 9 is a little bit bigger screen, and that unit comes with so this unit only has traditional sonar and your mapping. The other unit on the 2022 has it has your traditional sonar, has your mapping, but also has the side imaging and down imaging that Humminbird offers. So basically on both boats, kind of the split screen between the traditional sonar and the map when you're cruising on the lake is what you're going to want, because it'll show you your depth and it shows you your map here. So I'm going to kind of just go to the map here because that's a really important part here that I want to kind of explain. So basically, we're able to highlight shallow water in red. So on both units, the mapping will be exactly the same. Again, we highlight shallow water in red. So that is a very visible cue to the captain of the boat that, hey, that shallow water. The only time you should ever go through this red stuff is if you need to go in to dock your boat, or if you're fishing. So if you're out on the lake cruising, just stay away from the red. But basically the red means it's shallow water, and the red, we do not want to be on plane. We just want to be idling and probably have the motor trimmed up a little bit. And then again, the only time you should ever be in the red really is if you're fishing in that area, which if you're fishing, you are idling and going slow, or if you're coming in wherever your dockage is for the boat, you got to come in and out of your dockage. So, but again, red, shallow water, just idle speed. And once you get out here, I'll kind of zoom the map out here. I'll kind of go out to the main lake here. So once you're out on the main lake, another nice feature is these little faint dark lines. So those are pre-programmed trails that are on the map chip. They're just safe routes to travel. So if you're traveling a long distance, they're just good routes to travel to get to different areas of our lake safely and efficiently. But I'll go ahead and zoom here out on the main lake. And both of these units have the same map chip. So basically the map chips are super accurate with your depth contours. So it shows you your depth, so 18 means 18 feet, 22 means 22 feet. Again, anything red is really shallow. Try to, again, avoid that. And then all this, basically, if it's not red, it's nice, safe area to cruise the boat around. So, but couple things, it shows you your depth, your temp, gives you your speed. Basically the same thing on both boats here. So, but I'll go back to this view here. Again, that's the main view. And a plus zooms in your map, minus zooms out your map. And the zoom setting you should be in is in the 500-foot zoom. So if you start zooming out too far, different zoom settings, you can see a lot further on the lake, but you can't see the little pockets of shallow water. So again, zoom in to where you're in the 500-foot zoom when you doing your cruising and stuff. So, but and again has your depth reading as far as depth, and we'll also we'll mark fish for you as well. So, but if you want to power off the unit, again, just hold this in. It's going to give you a little countdown. Shut down to 1 and done. So then when you're done, make sure you put the cover back on. Okay. So I'll go over our live wells. So again, this is our 2021 Tritoon. So there's 2 live wells. There's going to be one right here. Turn that on. Comes like with both live wells, come with a little drain tube. You just stick the drain tubes in the hole. That fills up the live well. So again, our 2021 model has, so on both the 21 and the 22, they both have a live well right here under this this front cushion right here. So there is a cover for it. Go ahead and keep the cover on. And then our other one, again, both units come with 2 live wells. So watch out, Gabby. On our 21, the other live well is right here. It's in here. Turn that on. Okay. Again, it comes with the tube. Stick the tube in. That's what fills up the live well. Gabby's interested in what's going on. Watch out, Gabs. So again, the 21. So the 22, the additional live well is right back here. There's like a little fishing caddy, and there's a live well right in this area right here. So, but both boats come with kind of a it's kind of a changing slash potty area if you have a bucket, but this area here lifts up. Okay, so that's kind of like a little, this unzips here, so you can, if you need to go say change, or if have a little pail or bucket when you use the restroom, you can go in there and use the restroom with some privacy. Keep that zipped up, and then this just folds down and then folds back down like this when you're done using it, if you're going to use it. Doesn't get a whole lot of use. There is some rod storage in here if you want to store some rods. Your fire extinguisher is right here. I'll have Gabby get down. Come on, Gabby, get down. And then basically life jackets are in these compartments here. So life jackets for the basic orange life jackets are in these compartments here. In this compartment right up here in front of the helm is where we have an anchor up here. We have our bimini cover. If you are renting our houseboat, this is the tow rope for towing behind the houseboat if you're renting a houseboat from us. This boat, the 2021 model, this is your tow rope. There's a couple on the back of each pontoon. There's clips where you clip this in. This kind of goes over, so basically this goes over the motor and then it wides off on each side of the motor. So this is your tow rope. If you're tubing on the 2021 model, the 2022 model has a frame on the back of the stern that has a holder for the rope, for your tow rope. So there's up here, there's a little bit of storage up here, but we never put anything up here. Sometimes guests will throw stuff in there, so just if you do, just make sure you grab it before you leave. So, but the 21 model, all the doors have like little clips like that, so to open it, you just open it and close it. The 2022 model, basically you're able to lift up on the doors, so you lift up, and then after you lift it up, you're able to swing it, and it has like a little notch here to put it back down into for all of the doors. So, but the 2021 model has just the turn tabs to open. So there's one here, And there's also one on the back there. And there's also a swim ladder out the back there on the back left of the boat back there. I will show it to you here. And typically we always have the bimini out, fully out for because again, most of the time when there are rentals or it's in the summer months, the sun's out, people want a little shade. You're able to. We typically don't like the guests monkeying with the bimini, so we can address that if you're wanting. If it's a little bit cooler, we can talk to you at check-in to have the bimini collapse for you, so they get a little bit more exposure. So that is all I can think of. And again, that should wrap up. Again, orientation videos for our 2021 and 2022 Tritoon pontoons that we rent here at Lake Vermilion Houseboats. Thank you for watching.